So I had to do that. Now, I'm not gonna do that topic. Money really. You know what? I am gonna do that. Since we were on the page of winning, I touched on winning and losing in your particular sport. This is what I want to ask you guys. How much money do we really believe is being invested in scouting and player development? Not a lot, because as you watch the NCAA tournament, you see literally hundreds of ball players that you've never seen before on a regular basis. You see them make plays. Of course, you're going to see them make some plays that we have never seen them make, and it looks like something that's abnormal. But the reality of the situation is this. They are probably doing that every Saturday, Tuesday, and Thursday when they play. Let's be honest. They're doing this all year. So how is it that the NBA scouts can find Luka Doncic under a rock in Europe? You can find Joel Embiid under a rock in Africa. You can find Ben Simmons under a rock, and these are big ass rocks for these motherfuckers though. But under a rock in all these other places. But you can't find Chief Rocker, who's scoring 28 points a night for Georgia State. You can't find RC in West Minnesota University scoring 35 points. So how much money are they really invested in this? This is a problem to me. This is why I always be preaching. At some point, we're going to have to break wide to do our own thing that's outside of the NFL. Big NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball. Big ups to David West for doing that, man. Much love. Because again, David West will be considered one of the poor people in this equation, and he's created his own league. And we need to start getting behind these smaller leagues, because obviously, my man, that Ninja and Grego in the building. Much love to both of you, brother. Thank you for the support. You know what? That Ninja, perfect timing, that Ninja. He would be the perfect person for this scenario. That Ninja is totally turned off by the National Basketball Association because of lack of competition and overhyping of mediocre players. I hope I'm not misquoting him. So how is that possible? You have 50 states full of folks in the United States of America. How the hell can you find Luka Doncic, but you can't find Tyrone in Chicago? How the hell how's that happen? How is it that you found George Gervin, you found Earl the Pearl Monroe, you found Charles Oakley, you found Avery Johnson, but you can't go back to those same places and find equally talented and potentially more athletic people than that? HRap, foreign money has been deposited into the NBA ownership, and those foreign owners want more Euro players. That's why we need to start focusing on David West League then, Jungle. Because if you're not going to invest in the inner city, why are we investing in you? My main issue with the NBA, this is my man Jungle. I'm a Ninja. I always get y'all confused. How the fuck do I do that? My main issue with the NBA is the unlevel playing field because of the bias officiating. I'm not talking about the regular mistakes. I'm talking about the straight up cheating. And that comes from my man, that Ninja. And if you want to listen to a show that's hosted by that Ninja, Monday evenings, he's killing it. He calls it the Underground Railroad, and he definitely recruited you Negroes out of darkness. But and you are forced to, and on some levels, agree with Ninja. I'm one of the people that is opposed to the concept of cheating. I look at it this way, Ninja. I think when you are an experienced player, when you are established situation, you get the better of the calls. And that just like Michael Jordan used to get the better of the calls. Isaiah Thomas get the better, Bird, so forth and so on. And I just believe that's the way human nature allows you to officiate. But you're not wrong for feeling that way. That's why this platform of sports talk is dope, because you might have an idea, Jungle, Grego, and we can all talk and argue. I wish we could have a fucking cyber beer over this shit. But I'm still mad at you about that potato salad thing. I'm still only listening to 2 hours, 59 seconds. 2 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds of your show. Until you start eating potato salad, I will not give you that second back. Back to what I was talking about. I just believe, man, if we if you establish that middle class that I just spoke about, and you start investing into these American kids, then you'll get a better product. Like, they overhyping this dude, Luka Doncic. Mark my words. I'm on record with this. Luka Doncic has maxed out. He has maxed out as a player, just like Porzingis has maxed out. Please miss me with that nonsense. I don't believe these dudes are scouting. They are happy giving one player a lot of money and watching your team flounder and make you feel like, oh man, you know, this is some nonsense. What's going on? Why we can't win? Because they're not trying to win. I will go to my grave saying that. NBA, NFL, and most teams in NFL, most teams in Major League Baseball, most teams in the NBA are not trying to win. You cannot tell me you are intelligent enough to amass enough money to own a professional sports team, but you can't figure out how to hire a manager, you can't figure out how to hire a general manager, a president, and scouting. How the hell did you start that other business to get this damn money? Unless you robbed a whole lot of banks and got that damn money, which is more than is possible. It ain't like it. Just taking a break from the seat from the volleyball game. Forgive me for not speaking to everybody. Oh, okay. I mean, man, good luck to your daughter on the volleyball thing. Hopefully we'll see her at one of these big time programs in the Olympics one day, man. At some point, you're going to have to put her name out here so we can start rooting for her and tweeting about her and making her a popular young person. So we got to support our village. Point blank, period. Now, allow me to introduce myself. My name is HRap. I'm with the David West Plan. Okay, my man Jungle Brother said I'm with the David West Plan. Social media revenue is the future funding source for all startup leads who can't get TV money. Jungle Brother, keep bringing the pain. Much love to my brother, man. Trae Young is definitely has a higher ceiling. I totally agree, man. I got to take the whack off Mo again. Damn it. God damn it. He's still whack Mo to me, but I'm going to take that off. I definitely think Trae Young has a higher ceiling. Luka Doncic may be a solid player. He may be a major contributor, but this leads me to my NBA topic of the day. This the question of the day is, if you're a rookie of the year, does that make you a franchise player? That is a real question. If you are a rookie of the year, does that make you a franchise player? I think not. The reason I don't think so is because anybody can win the damn rookie of the year. This means you have one good year. But we treat people who are making rookie of the year runs as the, hey man, this dude got the juice. Luka Doncic, I believe, because of what he looks like, everybody came into the league and said, oh, another Euro player, another white boy, they overhyped. And then when he came in and could actually play, everybody put him up on this pedestal. If he was truly a transcendent-like player, me and Angry Black Man was talking about this last night, not even 24 hours ago. If he was really that transcendent player with the veteran-laden team that he has, that team should have been doing what the Sacramento Kings did. Because, you know, all week while we heard was how good Rick Carlisle, the coach, is. So, if you got one of the best coaches in the league, allegedly, and you are this transcendent player, allegedly, and you got the greatest Euro player in the history of the world, and you got Dennis Smith Jr., and you got Wesley Matthews, and you got all these other, you got Harrison Barnes, y'all should have been contending for the playoffs if you are transcendent. Because remember, a perfect example. The last dude who was a point guard who was transcendent that was in Dallas, he goes by the name of one Jason Kidd. They missed the playoffs on the last day of the year. The Dallas Mavericks ain't missing the play. They missing the playoffs by a country mile. So, sir, you are not transcendent. But on the other hand, the young Trae Young, he got the damn. He got the people in Atlanta standing up. He got people paying attention, and they have a bunch of youngsters. So, this is the difference. This is why I say. So, at my pay scale, Luka Doncic would be, you know, you got NBA player, NBA star, NBA all-star, NBA superstar. He would be right in that NBA star level because he has game, he has ability, but he's not uplifting his team. Sorry, Big Cat up in Minnesota, I'm giving him the same until he shows me a difference, until he start taking over games. See, to me, to be a transcendent star or a superstar, you must lift your team. I don't give a damn about your stats. He scored this many points and this many rebounds. One LeBron James. Thank you, LeBron James. I'm a big Magic Johnson fan, so I don't want the Lakers out the playoffs, and I don't want LeBron to fail. And I'm a LeBron James fan. But LeBron James is showing you. Case in point, I could put up numbers that we could get our draws kicked in our ass every single solitary night. The numbers don't mean anything. I keep telling y'all, numbers are like a bikini. They show you a lot. It looks good, but they don't show you everything. My man, Jungle said the Mavs under 500 for years in a row now. They fired Avery for not having a winning record. Go figure, Dallas. Yeah, because Rick Carlisle and Mark Cuban, they friends. I was going to say something else, but I'm not going to go there. But in my opinion, to be a franchise player, you got to be a power facilitator. You got to be power facilitator. You got to be able to take over games. You need to move the W needle. I don't care what your stats are. When you look up Big L's favorite player, Scottie Pippen, when you look at his numbers, you don't say, hold on, wait a minute, this is a Hall of Famer. But when you watch the game, 17.45 assists, 5 or 6 assists, 4 or 5 rebounds, that ain't, oh, god damn. But when you watch Scottie Pippen play, you see something that you don't see a lot. So stop telling me, oh, well, he averaged this and he got this many that. What do you do when it counts? Impact on the game is the difference in being a star, a player, a star, a superstar, and a transcendent player. Point blank, period. Stop quoting stats, because stats don't mean nothing. Anybody, if you give a NBA level talent enough shots, he can get you 20 points. That is 10 shots over a 40-minute period. 10 shots is not hard to do. And if you're out there long enough, you can stumble into 4 or 5 rebounds. And if you got the ball in your hand long enough, you can get 4 or 5 assists. So don't tell me about what somebody is scoring and its averages. What do you average when the meat is on the table? What do you do then? That was the beauty in Kobe. That was the beauty in LeBron. That is the beauty in Jordan. That was the beauty in Kareem. That is the beauty in Bird. So forth and so on. What do you do when all this shit go to hell? Some of these dudes die with all their bullets in their gun. Superstars run out of bullets. Point blank, period. Allow me to move on. C-Web is the ideal franchise. Shout out to Jungle Brother. Boy, thank you, Jungle Brother, in the building. C-Web is exactly what I'm talking about. Turning the Kings into contenders overnight. Not to mention, Chris Webber was drafted by the Orlando Magic, traded on the draft day for Anthony Hardaway to the Golden State Warriors. Where the Golden State Warriors end up 82 games later? The playoffs. He fall out with Don Nelson. He get traded to the lowly Bullets, the Wizards, DNA with the Bullets. What happened? C-Web, playoffs, lose to the Bulls, but who's gonna be Michael Jordan at the time? So there's no crime. They catch him with marijuana on the airplane. They get mad at him. They send him to basketball Siberia. All damn. What happened? The Sacramento Kings. It takes a rogue referee taking mafia payoffs to make Chris Webber not go to the finals. This dude has done federal time. This is not conjecture. This is not something I believe or think. This is something I know. Point blank, period. So, when you do that, and when you look at Chris Webber's numbers, they don't jump off the page. 21, 22 points. In his prime, 21, 22 points, 10, 12 rebounds, 4 or 5 assists. That ain't, oh my God, he one of the greatest. But when you see him play, he making the right pass. He hitting a big shot. He dunking on you. He blocking shots. He doing everything you want. AI did the same thing. Jungle Brother, thank you again. AI did the same thing. Latrell Sprewell, a dude that nobody talks about as franchise. We talk about Latrell a little later. Talks about as a franchise player. Latrell Sprewell took Jungle Brothers and #1 Chief Rocker Jersey Vern Knicks and made them contenders overnight. They were just treading